Let's start with Napoleon Bonaparte. Did you know that this legendary military strategist was once attacked by rabbits? Yes, you heard it right. During a military campaign in Italy, some of the local rabbits got spooked and started running towards Napoleon and his troops, causing quite a commotion. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt, but we can only imagine the look on Napoleon's face when he saw the fluffy attackers. Now, let's talk about Albert Einstein. We all know he was a genius, but did you know he had an aversion to socks? Yes, that's right, he hated them. He often went barefoot or wore sandals, even in winter. Apparently, socks were just not his cup of tea. Moving on to Cleopatra, the iconic queen of Egypt. Did you know that she used to take donkey milk baths? Yes, you heard it right, donkey milk. Cleopatra believed that this had beauty benefits and would often bathe in it. She even had her own personal herd of donkeys that she would milk for her baths. Talk about luxury. And what about Leonardo da Vinci? He was not only a brilliant artist and inventor, but he was also a vegetarian and an animal rights activist. He opposed bullfights and other forms of animal cruelty and once said, "I have from an early age abjured the use of meat." This shows that he was not only ahead of his time in terms of his inventions but also in terms of his beliefs. Now, let's move on to Marie Curie, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Did you know that she carried around radioactive isotopes in her pocket? She wasn't trying to be dangerous. She just wanted to keep them handy for her research. She even carried them around with her when she went on vacation. We hope she didn't set off any radiation detectors at the airport. Next, we have Isaac Newton, the father of modern physics. Did you know he was obsessed with alchemy? He spent years trying to turn lead into gold and mercury into silver. Unfortunately, he never succeeded in his quest for alchemical success. But he did manage to uncover some of the laws of physics along the way. So it wasn't all for nothing. Now, let's talk about Beethoven. This musical genius had some pretty strange eating habits. He was known for eating raw eggs and chewing on ice cubes. He also drank copious amounts of coffee, up to 60 cups a day. We wonder if he was ever able to sleep. Moving on to Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen. Did you know that she was a talented musician? She played the lute in virginals and composed her own music. She even wrote a song for Sir Walter Raleigh when he was imprisoned in the Tower of London. Talk about a Renaissance woman. And finally, let's talk about William Shakespeare. We all know him as one of the greatest writers of all time. But did you know he was also a poacher? That's right, he didn't just write plays, he also poached deer from royal hunting grounds. He was caught and fined several times for this illegal activity. But, thankfully, he didn't let this stop him from becoming one of the greatest writers in history. And as it turns out, his love for the outdoors and hunting may have even influenced some of his works. Many of his plays, such as You Like It and Macbeth, feature scenes of hunting and nature. Now let's move on to our ninth historical figure, Benjamin Franklin. Did you know that he was quite the swimmer? He loved to swim and even invented a pair of swim fins to make himself go faster in the water. He also wrote an essay titled The Art of Swimming, where he shared tips and techniques for swimming. And finally, we have Julius Caesar, who was a great lover of perfume. He is said to have used perfume to mask his baldness. And he was often seen wearing a wreath of laurel leaves soaked in perfume. He even had a personal perfumer who would create unique blends just for him. Well, there you have it, folks, the 10 quirkiest and most unusual facts about historical figures. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through history and learned something new. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more entertaining content. See you next time.